This bloody event took place on December 16, 1944. It was Hitler's goals to recapture Antwerp harbor. This surprise attack caught the Allies completely off guard, and around 90,000 German troops died during the onslaught, with an original 200,000 set on the attack. The US had a massive number of 610,000 troops. The battle resulted in the most US casualties in one single battle, with around 80,000 deaths. Germans sent in lines of tanks in order to ambush the Americans. The battle was fought in the bitter cold of winter, making it a miserable fight that seemed to have no end. The skirmish seemed to have a complete stop during mid-January of 1945. Many soldiers on either side were taken to execution. The battle was fought in the densely wooded areas of Wallonia, Belgium. The Germans soon realized that they were outgunned in every way and were forced to retreat after facing an embarrassing defeat.
The Rape of Nanking was an appalling event. One of the most appalling events in history. Japanese soldiers enacted a horrifying invasion on the Chinese capital, Nanking. The invasion took place in the middle of the Second Sino-Japanese War. The actual invasion of Nanking was preceded by a tough battle in Shanghai that began in summer of 1937. The Japanese expected an easy victory against the Chinese, but the Chinese put a surprisingly stiff resistance. The Japanese even bragged they would win within a 3-month period, but the battle waged on from early summer into late fall. This infuriated the Japanese army and made them hungry for revenge, which is what eventually led to the massive massacre of Nanking. There were 300,000 casualties out of 600,000 of the Chinese civilians and soldiers. Warning, the images and commentary that you are about to hear and see is very graphic. The Japanese were ruthless. They slaughtered the Chinese men, women, children, and elders without hesitation. They repeatedly gang-raped women and beat them until they would die, even if they were pregnant. They decapitated people, disemboweled people, and even cut off the genitalia of both sexes. They removed babies from pregnant women, too, without thinking twice. These are just a few examples. Military General Prince Yukishawa Asaka flew by plane to the front. There he met with several commanders, and Asaka ordered to kill all captives, and is said to be one of the who initiated the attack of the Chinese, Matisu, and his lieutenant Tenny Hisao. The men in charge of the attack were convicted of war crimes by the International Military Tribunal and were executed. This event was one that caused much controversy among the Chinese and Japanese people today. Japanese people often ignore their actions and isn't recorded in a lot of Japanese media. This truly was one of the most horrific historical events in world history.
Free French forces, the United Kingdom, and the United States were all involved with the enormous battle known as D-Day. In the weeks following the invasion, Polish forces also participated, as well as contingents from Belgium, Czechoslovakia, Greece, and the Netherlands. Most of the listed countries also provided air and naval support, as did the Royal Australian Air Force and the Royal New Zealand Air Force, and the Royal Norwegian Navy. There were certainly many countries involved during the battle. D-Day is a term for the storming of Normandy Beach. Over 425,000 Allied and German troops were killed, wounded, or went missing during the Battle of Normandy. These figures included over 209,000 Allied casualties and nearly 37,000 dead amongst the ground forces, and a further 16,714 deaths among the Allied air forces. Of the Allied casualties, 83,445 were from 21st Army Group, British, Canadian, and Polish ground forces, 125,847 from the U.S. ground forces. The losses of the German forces during the Battle of Normandy can only be estimated. Roughly 200,000 German troops were killed or wounded. The Allies would also capture 200,000 prisoners of war, not including the 425,000 total above. Yes, a lot of people died during this fight. Due to their perseverance and strategy, the Allies ended up winning on D-Day in the Battle of Normandy.